There are things that stand out to me that I like, and there are things that I would change. So that is just me being 100% honest, fully transparent. Welcome inside the FIHQ. I'm Fitness Informant founder and CEO Ryan Buckeye here with a 100% honest, no bullshit, quick hit. This isn't a all-encompassing, fully comprehensive review of a new product from LionEdge Nutrition, their pre-edge, their pre-workout, but my initial reaction to the supplement facts panel and to the initial reaction of usage is I was able to use this several times as this is bringing and coming to market today for you guys to determine whether or not this is a pre-workout for you. So today we are going to be talking about LionEdge Nutrition. It is a doctor-formulated brand from Dr. Adam. Dr. Adam is not just a doctor who stands behind a sheet, puts something to your chest, and prescribes you medication. He's in the gym clanging and banging, which is something that I'm going to absolutely give credit where credit is due. Adam's a stud, he's jacked, and he's formulating products. So I like the brand. I like LionEdge Nutrition. We've used several products from them before. Pre-Edge is their first take on the most popular category pretty much within sports nutrition. Like if you're a new sports nutrition brand, you debut in the pre-workout category. They waited, they've done things like aminos, they've done things like casein protein, and now here they are with Pre-Edge. Pre-Edge is available now in one flavor. This is lion's blood. We've all probably heard of tiger's blood in the past. This is a cool little take on brand for those guys. 40/20 serving, available now. Again, look below for that link and the coupon code to save you a few dollars if you decide that this is for you. But today, I want to dive into the supplement facts panel a little bit and talk about my initial reaction to the product and whether or not I enjoyed it or whether or not I like the product. So, a couple things with the SFP, the supplement facts panel. There are things that stand out to me that I like, and there are things that I would change. So that is just me being 100% honest, fully transparent. So, Vasodilator pump matrix is the first component of this pre-workout. It is a 40/20 serve pre-workout. It is fully transparent. Starts with 6 grams of citrulline, good doses of citrulline, precursor to arginine within the body, which is going to increase nitric oxide, increase blood flow, bigger pumps. Then we have an ingredient that I can do without, arginine, AKG at 1 gram. Now, old school mentality was arginine, and I just said it, increases nitric oxide. But when you take an exogenous arginine, it's got shitty absorption. So you need about 8 grams is typically like a higher amount of where you want to see it. Now, if you use it in collaboration with other ingredients that could, promote blood flow, sure. But arginine, just typically by itself, is just an ingredient that I'm surprised we still see in pre-workouts and pump bars. But we get it here. And then we get a full gram of taurine, which I like. Taurine's going to help regulate electrolytes. More liquid and fluid within the muscle cells is going to go ahead and make you have a fuller pump. So smart there. Then we have the Lion Strength and Performance Matrix. Starts with 2 grams of betaine. Betaine, a really good ingredient, typically dosed between 1.5 to 2.5 grams. Helps with strength and power output, can help with muscle recovery, so good dosage here. Beta-alanine, a little bit on the light side here, 1.6 grams. So beta-alanine, efficacious dosage of beta-alanine is 3.2 to 6.4, should be taken daily to meet saturation. Beta-alanine can give you the tingles, helps buffer lactic acid, can help prolong muscular endurance. Again, 1.6 grams. Now, the caveat is you should be taking beta-alanine daily. You're not taking pre-workouts typically every single day, but if you're going to take a pre-workout with beta-alanine in it, you should be getting the full efficacious dose of 3.2 grams. Then you have crealkaline creatine at 1.5 grams. So crealkaline is a form of creatine monohydrate. It's a fancy form of creatine monohydrate that they claim you can take a lesser dose of crealkaline as it's more essentially effective in smaller doses, as it would be equivalent to a 5-gram serving of creatine monohydrate. That is being used here. Now, crealkaline is the creation of Dr. Jeff Galini. Dr. Jeff Galini owns All American Pharmaceuticals, which actually manufactures LionEdge products. So no surprise we see it here in the pre-workout. I could just go with a straight 5-gram dosage of creatine monohydrate. Then we get the Lion Energy and Focus Matrix, 1.5 grams of tyrosine. Love this ingredient, love the dosage. We are seeing brands now dose tyrosine up to 2 full grams per serving, so 1.5 grams of tyrosine is going to help improve that mind-muscle connection. Then you get caffeine at 300 milligrams. I think this is a good dose of caffeine. Some pre-workouts now are up to 4+100 milligrams. Now, there are certain pre-workouts at 400 milligrams that I like, but that's also, pushing the envelope of what's acceptable in terms of my personal intake for stimulants. So 300 milligrams of caffeine, a great dosage here. Choline bitartrate at 41 milligrams. This is a low dosage of choline bitartrate. We like to see it dosed between 500 and 1,000 milligrams at 41 milligrams. Not sure. Now, again, if there was a different choline molecule in here, like alpha GPC, I can understand a lesser dose of certain ingredients like huperzine A, which we're going to talk about here in a bit, and even choline bitartrate. But choline bitartrate should be dosed at least 500 milligrams. Speaking of huperzine A, 50 micrograms, it's about the minimum accepted dosage of huperzine A. I'd like to see it at least 100 micrograms. Again, if alpha GPC was being used, I would have no issues with the 50 micrograms, but because there's no alpha GPC and the other choline molecule is on the lower side of dosages, I'd like to see one of these upped in terms of dosage. Here's where we're going to get a lot of feedback from you, and you're going to get feedback from me, is they're going to have an anti-crash matrix, and they use theanine at a hefty dose of 350 milligrams. Now again, all these dosages I'm talking about is on a 2-scoop serving basis, which would be the 20 serve, which is the efficacious dosage of most of the ingredients within this product. So 350 milligrams of theanine. Theanine it's going to counteract jitters. Well, the problem that I have here is the only stimulant really in this, theobromine, we're going to talk about here in a second, but caffeine at 300 milligrams, that's not really a lot to justify a hefty dosage of theanine, in my opinion. A lot of people like the jitters. They like to feel caffeine and stimulants working. So when you take that away from them, they may think the pre-workout doesn't work. So that's my fear. Now, that's not necessarily the truth, but that's what consumers will articulate when they take a pre-workout. So I would like to see theanine used at a lesser dose, probably 100 milligrams instead of the 350 that's being used in here. They do give us 75 milligrams of theobromine. Theobromine can act stimulant like with caffeine. It can, it works really well with that. It can help improve energy, can help relax actually the blood cells and allow more blood to get into the system as well. So, which could also prolong energy preventing crash. So again, we posted this initially on Instagram a while ago, and that was the feedback from a lot of the customers or potential customers is they like the brand, they don't like the doses of theanine, and I'm going to stand with that too. I'm not a huge fan of the high doses of theanine on this product. And then you're going to do the hydration matrix, which has 500 milligrams of coconut water powder, 200 milligrams of magnesium oxide, which is going to be electrolyte form, and then 100 milligrams of pink salt, along with 5 milligrams of ioprin in terms of absorption. So nothing crazy over the top about this formula. There's nothing too terrible with it. Again, I could do without arginine. I could do with a smaller dosage of theanine, up the beta-alanine, up the nootropics. I like the 6 grams of citrulline. I like the 2 grams of betaine. I like 300 milligrams of caffeine. Creatinine, whatever, right, at this point. So the question is, does it work? The answer is yes, it absolutely works. It's going to be kind of like a mellow type of thing. Energy is good. It's there. It's not over the top. To be expected with that big dosage of theanine that can really counteract some of the impact that caffeine has on your mentality and how you feel. In terms of focus, it's okay. I like the gram and a half of tyrosine. I think that saves the product. If that tyrosine was dosed at a gram or even lower, we might be in trouble here in terms of focus. But, you get kind of a mellow energy, good focus. This is a good pre-workout for people who are looking for something that does not have banned substances in it. And that's going to give you sort of like a steady state energy when it comes to workout. Now, what I'd like to see from a doctor formulated brand is some more innovation in terms of ingredient selection. So creatinine is like really the only brand ingredient used in this, but there are a lot of really cool stuff out there like alpha size. We talk about alpha GPC and nootropics. We could talk about you could talk about nitrosogene. You could talk about vaso-6 and things in the pump matrix. So things that they could put in here. But for a first attempt, it works, and it works for me. It's not going to be my go-to pre-workout, but it could be somebody else's go-to pre-workout. And the reason being for me is I've been introduced to so many pre-workouts that I get the luxury of trying so many of them. So for those of you who don't, and you just want something that's going to definitely work, but not put you over the edge, or you have issues with jitters and anxiety with caffeine, then LionEdge Nutrition Pre-Edge could be something for you. Again, if you want to purchase the product, look below for the link. Coupon code to save you a few dollars. Head over to fitnessinformant.com for a deeper dive into the supplement facts panel and the product itself. And in terms of flavor, Lion's Blood, it's good. They sent me several different flavors here. This was definitely the best one of them, so this is the one they came out with. Make sure you follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe now button here below. Check out our podcast. It's called the Arginine Podcast. Amazing guests across the world of fitness and dietary supplements. That's right here on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and more. And for more supplement reviews, rankings, deals, news, workout routines, and nutrition plans, visit us on our official website, fitnessinformant.com. Let's go.